In a small downstairs apartment, 71-year-old Maria Palomina is found viciously murdered. At Houston PD, cops are questioning 15-year-old Jennifer Jeffley in connection with the crime. The 8th grader is alone, being interrogated without a parent or attorney present.
They told me, you don't need anybody. You're not in any trouble. We're just trying to get the facts correct, and then we'll take you home.
Jennifer has given cops a few different versions of events, but the truth, she says, is at the time of the murder, she was at neighbor Janet Dorsey's house, talking on the phone with family friend Craig Peters. Cops tell her they've got proof to the contrary.
They had evidence. They had my blood. They had my fingerprints.
But they really didn't have your fingerprints and no blood evidence.
I didn't know.
After almost 9 hours of questioning and with the alleged promise she'd get to go home, Jennifer gives her 4th and final statement. It would be considered her confession. Jennifer allegedly tells police she and 2 men, Ernest and Tim, had planned to steal Mrs. Palomina's car. That morning, the 3 of them jumped Palomina's fence and entered her apartment. Mrs. Palomina screamed, and Ernest hit her over the head with a piece of pottery. After searching the apartment and going through 2 purses, Jennifer eventually found the car keys and gave them to Tim, while Ernest continued to assault Palomino. Jennifer says she was afraid Mrs. Palomino would be able to identify her, so she and Tim went into the kitchen, and following Tim's directive, she retrieved a knife from the kitchen drawer. Jennifer gave Tim the knife, who handed it to Ernest. Ernest stabbed Mrs. Palomino several times. Then Jennifer heard upstairs neighbor Eva Mondragon yell down, "Are you okay?" And Ernest, faking a woman's voice, answered back, "I'm okay, I just fell and hit my head." The 3 of them eventually left. Jennifer says she washed her hands because she saw blood on them from where she had touched the woman. Jennifer allegedly concludes by describing Ernest and Tim, what they drive, and where they hang out.
How did the statement come about? Did you write it?
No, it was typed by detectives. It was later signed by me. They told me once I'd signed the statement, I'd be able to go home. I was so tired and so depleted of energy, I would have signed whatever they put in front of me.
Not only did you not write it, you didn't read it.
No, ma'am.
What about the men who, according to that statement, killed her with you? Who are they?
I didn't even know those names.
After the statement is signed, the detective speaks with Jennifer's mom, Jackie.
He told me very rudely, she's not coming home.
The 8th grader is charged with capital murder.
So I felt like they just have her mixed up with somebody else because Jennifer is not a murderer.
Jennifer is taken before the magistrate, where her juvenile rights are read to her and an argument is made to keep the case in juvenile court. But the judge disagrees and rules that 15-year-old Jennifer should be tried as an adult, despite 17 being the legal age for an adult in Texas. She is then assigned a public defender who allegedly won't return Jennifer's calls, letters, or talk to her mother, Jackie.
The judge told him to contact his client, but he never did. He was completely ill-prepared. How can you have a defense if you don't even talk to your client?
1 year later, the case goes to trial.
On the day of a capital murder trial of a 15-year-old, that's when you meet the public defender?
That's when I met him.
Jackie believes Jennifer's attorney failed her in many ways, especially by not calling any alibi witnesses.
Who would have been her alibi as to where she was at the time of the murder?
She was talking to Craig Peterson on the phone, and she was at Janet's house during that time.
I was the last one to talk to her, and no one never got in touch with me.
Did the attorney pull the phone logs as far as phone records?
Not that I know of, no.
Jennifer Jeffley is found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life. eligible for parole after 40 years.
How did you feel when you heard the words guilty?
Oh, wow, just the air is just knocked out of you. I mean, sad. I was mad too.
Jennifer says there was one thing, and one thing only, which sealed her fate.
What forensic evidence did they have against you in court?
None.
What evidence did they use against you to convict you?
The statement that was typed by police.
Jennifer appeals her conviction, and for that appeal, the judge assigns Jennifer the same public defender.
She turns around and appoints him as her appeals attorney. Jennifer had no hope, none.
The appeal was denied. Then, years later, Jennifer's family tries again, this time hiring a new attorney, Rocket Rosen. The basis for his appeal? Ineffective assistance of counsel.
The lawyer that was appointed to represent Jennifer Jeffley failed miserably at his job. And I zoomed in on the one issue, the confession. He did not raise the issue to the trial judge to suppress her statements and confession. Her statements should have never come into evidence.
Rocket says because of this, it was easy for the jury to convict her.
The jury was tainted. They received illegal evidence. You were never getting past that statement. I was involved in a capital murder. Out of her own mouth. She had no shot.
The way the confession was acquired, was that illegal?
Absolutely, 100%. This young girl had the maturity level probably of a 13-year-old. For your child to go on a field trip, what do you have to do?
Sign consent.
Sign permission, sign consent. Now we're dealing with a young lady's life. Law enforcement knows this, and it's frustrating, and I'm sorry, I sound frustrated.
And she didn't have an attorney present.
It was all about a result. It was all about solving the crime.
And what happened to the two guys, Ernest and Tim, who allegedly helped kill Mrs. Palomino?
I think law enforcement knows other young gentlemen were involved.
And they've never been charged?
Never been charged.
Despite what seemed like overwhelming evidence, once again, Jennifer's appeal is denied.
Really, appellate court? You don't see this? You allow this?
Then a few years later, Jennifer receives a bombshell letter.
I get a letter from the Houston Crime Lab. The DNA in my case is not the DNA that belongs to my case.
And none of the blood evidence or the fingerprints are yours?
No, unknown parties.
No other parties have been charged or convicted?
No.
Just you?
Just me.
15-year-old you?
Yes, 15-year-old me.
So Jennifer is in prison. But whatever happened to upstairs neighbor and witness Eva Mondragon?
Where is Eva now?
I don't know.
Have you heard from her since you've been behind bars?
No.
Coming up, Jennifer doesn't know where Eva is, but we do. And we saved the hardest question for last.
Did you kill Miss Palomina?